Greetings, Rob. Welcome to Horsehead Bookends for another Gaming Friday. And first week of the month, we're doing Cult of the New. And today we're taking a look at Lords of Ragnarok from Awaken Realms. Lords of Ragnarok is a 1-4 player area control game, which is considered the spiritual successor of Lords of Hellas. Lords of Hellas was very deep in Greek mythology, while Lords of Ragnarok is deep in Norse mythology. What makes Lords of Ragnarok and Lords of Hellas an interesting game is that there are multiple win conditions to playing the game. One of the key concepts of Lords of Ragnarok is that there are 3 different victory conditions which will trigger endgame. The first is the Great Jarl. That happens when a player controls all the regions in 3 different lands. There is the Great Gothi. That's when a player has control over 5 regions with temples. And then finally there is the Slayer, when they slay the boss of the game, Loki. However, the boss can only be hunted by players who have already slain 2 monsters, which is actually a difficult task. And the last way to trigger the end game condition, not necessarily a winning tactic, but there are 5 Ragnarok cards. Every time something happens on that card, it gets flipped over. When 3 of the cards get flipped, it triggers the end game as well. Now, one thing I do need to say is I have played quite a bit of Awaken Realm games. And I do actually tend to enjoy them for the most part. However, learning Lords of Ragnarok using this rulebook has proven to be an extremely difficult task. This rulebook is probably one of the worst rulebooks I have ever read. There seems like there's a lot of information left out, and the way it's organized in this book, it's extremely hard to follow. However, thank God for player aids, and these are available on Board Game Geek, and I will post that link below. These player aids actually help walk you through the setup, army battles, hunting monsters, what you get to do during your player turn, and what all the monsters do. It's so more informative than the rule book. I would probably maybe just never use the rulebook and just read the player aid. Now, another thing that I realized when doing research in how to play Lords of Ragnarok, there are quite a few videos out there on how to play. However, a lot of the how to play happened with pre-production copies. So there is actually quite a lot that's changed from the actual game, and I've noticed it on the text of some of the cards and some of the how to play games. So right now I have this set up for a 3-player game. We're gonna walk through a few rounds of actions to figure out how everything works. However, I am not gonna teach you how to play the game because I am so not adept at being able to do that right now. But I do recommend you check out a lot of the other how to play videos online. Even though they were with pre-production copies of the game, it will give you a much stronger sense of how to play the game. So let's take a look at the board right now. I have it set up, and let's try to get started. Here we have Lords of Ragnarok set up for a 3-player game. They do give you some very handy player aids, which show you what you do during player turn, win conditions, attributes, rune actions, other side, when you hunt monsters, build monuments, and special actions. I randomly selected 3 cards below. We have Brunhild, the Valkyrie, Beowulf, the Berserker, and Ragnar, the Chieftain. Every turn, a player has 5 actions they can do: prayer, hero, rune action, maneuvers, and then special actions, and we'll go through them one at a time. First action, prayer. You can send a priest on a monument. If you had a priest in your dashboard, you can actually send them onto a monument, and you would get a god reward based on the monument level. Right now there's 3 monuments. We have Thor's over here, Odin is up top, and Freya is down in the corner. They are all 3 different aspects: authority, Might and Wisdom. Authority is Odin, Might is Thor, and Wisdom is Freya. And you also get to do some rune forging. You can pick a rune on a rune space if your hero is over there. Second action phase is the hero. You can either heal your hero, you can move the hero up to 2 regions, or you can move your Drakkar by up to 2 seas. And your Drakkar are your ships that are around the map here. And they are all divided by different lines, and you can see how you move different ones. Third is your rune action. You can take different rune actions by spending runes. Right now, none of the starting players are starting with runes, so I don't have any, but once we get some, we will start doing some rune actions. So that's kind of where I think I want to go right now to get some of these rune actions. Then 4 is maneuvers. You can activate 1 army. I can either move my army to 1 adjacent region, or I can strengthen by 1, but only if I am in a settlement. And the settlements are dictated on the map by there's a little house. And then finally is a special action, which is around this circular rondel right here. And they all have different abilities. We are going to start from the top, which is Vanaheim. What you would do is you would take your little marker and you would place it there, and then you get to do that action. Now, if someone else is there on the board and you decide to play there as well, that player who is there first gets a rune of their choice. And there's also a center action, which what that does is that will actually build another level on a monument, and it clears off all the chips on the board. So let's start at the top, which is Vanaheim. For that, you get to activate all armies on the map. You can either move or strengthen them all at the same time, which is nice. Moving clockwise is Nibelheim. Now you can either do one of these 4 things twice. It is a prepare action. You can heal an injury, you can draw a combat card, you can gain 1 rune of your choice, or you can strengthen 1 army, but only if in a settlement. You get to choose 2 of those. And you can choose the same thing twice. Still moving around is Jotunheim, which is build a temple. You can build a mini temple from the temple track to a region you control. Only regions with shrine icons can have temples. And once you build a temple, you actually get to gain a priest. Then at the bottom, we have Muspelheim. It says monster. So you can choose one of these actions. You can either hunt 1 monster or boss. The hero needs to be in the same region, and it has to be a neutral monster only, not one controlled by another person. Or you can activate 1 or 2 monsters, controlled or neutral in any order. And next we have Svartalfheim. Did I pronounce that right? Svartalfheim, I guess so. That says usurp. Basically what you can do is you can take over a region. Condition, hero must be in the usurped region. The usurped region. No other heroes can be in that region. You win for neutral conditions if your might is equal to or greater than the population. Or for a controlled region, might has to be equal or greater than total armies. So the last one is Alfheim. So you get to recruit 1 army, you get to place 1 army from your reserve into any region, either adjacent to your Drakkar or with a settlement. If you place it in an area with another person, it will trigger a battle. So now we're going to take a look at our player boards, which are right down here. You do have your 3 attributes down here: authority, might, and wisdom. They will actually increase in value and let you do different things. Authority dictates how strong an new army is when recruited. Your might dictates how many cards you draw at when you start to hunt, or how strong a hero is to usurp a land. And then wisdom is how many rooms or combat cards you can hold. Right now, everyone starts at 2, unless there was some special ability that will let you start with something different, but we don't have that right now. Okay, I think we're ready to start, and Brunhild starts first, so they are going to do a prayer action. They do not have a priest. And they are not in a location with a rune. They can heal the hero, they can move the hero, or they can move the Drakkar. I am actually going to move the hero 1 over there. Okay, rune actions. I do not have any runes. Maneuvers. I can move to 1. I can activate 1 army. I move or I strengthen if I'm in a settlement. I am not in a settlement. Kind of want to get to a settlement. So we're going to move here. Move 1 there. And then finally I get to do 1 special action. And I am going to Jotunheim. And I am going to build a temple right there, and I am going to get a priest. Alright, next player, it's Beowulf's turn, green player. Let's see, again, can't do a prayer. My hero is there, I'm moving my hero. Oh, I need that. Oh, to form an alliance. Okay, I get it. That's a pretty big region. I'm moving my hero. Alright, I start there. I'm moving my hero here. I am going to... Alright, moved. I don't have any ruins right now. Do I want that one? I want that one. I do want that one. Activating an army. I can move to 1 adjacent region. Or I can strengthen by 1, but only if in a settlement. Okay. So I am actually going to move here, and I'm going to strengthen next round, because that's a settlement and that's a settlement. Okay, and now I take a special action. Oh, I'm going to do that. I am going to prepare, which is in Niflheim. So Niflheim is right there. I get to take 1 rune of my choice, and I want 1 of those. I think they can get slotted in. They go right there, I guess. And I'm going to strengthen 1 army, +1 if I'm in a settlement. He is going to a level 2. Okay, so he is in a settlement. Do I have to own the set? It doesn't say I have to own. I have to have, it doesn't say I have to have control over the realm. So it just has to have a settlement, I guess. So I'm a little confused with that. Alright, blue's turn. Alright, I'm going to move there. I can't spend any runes. I am going to... move that there as well. And I think I am going to... You know what? I am actually going to reinforce, mobilize, or monster. I am actually going to mobilize. So I activate all armies. I can move or strengthen. So I'm going to move him, and I'm going to strengthen him. So that player's done. Back to red. Alright, so first is send a priest. Now, do I have to be in the location to send a priest? It just says, from your board to an empty space on any monument. Oh, alright, to place a priest, you don't have to have control or place it there. So, I want to... First, before I do that, I get to forge a rune. So, I get to have this. And then, what I'm going to do is send a priest over to... Actually, I'm going to send the priest over to Freya, which gives me +1 wisdom. So I guess I put that up to there. Okay, yeah, so I'm moving up there. So +1, +2, okay, alright. So now I can actually have 3 runes, because that's you how many runes you can hold is there, which is good. Alright, so I did that. I sent the priest. I am going to move up to 2. So I am actually gonna move. I'm gonna move 1, 2, and I am actually going to be an ally of Vanelheim by spending my 1 rune. The very first alliance also gets 1 combat card. Okay, cool. So I get to draw another combat card. I can't have more than 2 though, based on my attribute. Okay. Another room, activate an army. I can move or strengthen. I am actually going to move this here. Okay. So I move there. And then 5, do a special action. So what do we have left? Alfheim. I can reinforce. I can usurp, which I can't really usurp there because I am only at a 2. I can move some monsters. Okay, you know what? I am going to reinforce there. Oh, with a settlement or adjacent to your Drakkar. Alright. Ooh. That's not neither. Do I still want to do that? Oh hell, I'm gonna move a monster. Why not? Let's learn about some of these monsters here. Alright, monster active for controlled monsters. This is not a controlled monster. Neutral monsters, active player roll the monster die. Flame, region attack. So region attack. And we're activating this one right here, which is that Huldra? I think. Yep, Huldra. Okay, so what does it say for region attack? Increase the value of 1 army in a region with Huldra or any adjacent region by 1. Oh, that... Alright, well, I get to increase that by 3. So, good for them, I guess? That kind of didn't work. Yeah, that's right. Increase the region of 1 army in a region with Huldra or any adjacent region. Alright, so it's now it is now a green turn. Wow, that was a really satisfying turn for red. A lot of stuff happened. That was really cool. Really liked it. A lot of fun. Back to green again. Green player. Wow, the turns go fast. There's a lot of steps per turn, but it goes fast, which is a lot of fun. Let's see. If you keep hearing these papers rumbling, it's actually just me flipping through the player aid. Forge rune, send priest. We are going to forge this rune right here. Now, green player has 2 runes. I can't take any more because of I only have a wisdom of 2. Or 2. These should actually, alright, I see how they go now. I get it. They go down here. 1 goes here, and 1 goes here because that's what my level is. Got it. I don't have a priest. I need to get a priest. I gotta get a priest and start building some stuff. Move or heal. I don't have any injuries, so if I move, that's 3, that's 4, 5. I'm at 5 right now. I want to, I'm not moving. I am actually going to activate, I'm going to spend a rune to form an alliance with Muspelheim right there. Oh, when you spend runes, if you spend 2 or 3, they have to be different types. You cannot spend the same type. That's good to know. Activate army. I am going to... Where is my other army guy? He's there. I am going to move him over here. And it is a neutral region and it's a 4. But I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm pretty strong. Maybe I want to go and start fighting people. What is his special? When you are dealt an injury, draw one combat card. When in a land of Babels, when you do yourself one injury before hunt or battle. Oh, okay. That's not bad. Alright, so we're all there right now. We can either usurp, which I don't have to do right now because there's a neutral region. That's just for the boss. Or I can reinforce. You know what? I'm just going to reinforce. And I am going to just get another guy right there. I'm going to build up a little strong army and possibly go hunt some monsters. Alright, blue player's turn. We have, let's see, where is the blue player? First, we can farm some runes, which we got one of these right here. We're going to take this. And that one is only there or there are the only two places I could use this rune. Okay, that's okay. Not a problem. Let's see if we can get a... Put this down here on their board. Alright, so we kind of need to get a temple, which is where we started, but I couldn't build a temple because they already have the temple. So 3, 4, 5. We are going to move or heal. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm not forming an alliance. I can't do that. Activate, move, or strengthen. Well, I can't activate anything, but I can claim this there, and then I can do a special action, and all I can do is usurp, but I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do actually, no, see if I do that. So you have to be able to do that. I don't really see the benefit in using the usurp bonus. Hero must be in the usurped region. No other heroes. On success for neutral regions, might has to be equal or greater than the population. Well, it's not because it's not the hero. It's all right. So I guess I'd have to build up the hero strength. So, but I have to select something. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to build a temple there. I control that region. I get a priest, and they get a rune of their choice, and they want this one that looks like a chicken foot. Alright, so we're back at Red's turn. So, let's see what's going on. What were we doing with Red? They were over there, so they can send a priest, but they don't have one, but they can take this rune right here. And we're going to do that. Now they can get one more rune if they need to. But, now do I want to move? Yes, I do. I'm going to move right there into that spot. Spend runes if I want, and I don't. So activate one army. I can move or strengthen. I am going to just move right here. Alright, and then I can take a special action. So now I'm going to try this usurp function. I'm going to put that right there. Hero must be in the usurped region. No other heroes can be in that region. For neutral region, might has to be equal or greater than population. Population 2. My might is 2. It's equal. So I win. So I get to place my control token on the region. All other armies withdraw. There's no other armies there. And I get to recruit an army there. Well, okay. Not bad. Alright. Feel like I'm actually spreading myself a little thin with the red player. But, I mean, that's okay. It's the first game. So now it is green player's turn. They are here. They really can't do anything. So they are going to, oh, I can do that. No forged rune, can't send a priest, don't have any, because I don't have any temples, need to build some. So we'll move that, I'm gonna move him one there. Spend runes, I have runes, I can activate, I can form a realm alliance. Don't really need to do that. So I am going to activate this one army, move him there. So that gives me 3, 4, 5. I am equal to or greater than the population there. So I am going to put that right there. Special action. I am actually going to, I'm going to build a monument. I'm going to stop the game there. So what we're going to do, let's build a monument, which is the reset phase. You can't do this as your first action in the round. All right, I'm going to add one monument level of my choice. And I think I'm going to add Odin. And one level to Odin. Check if Ragnarok. No Ragnarok requisites are met. Clear priests and wheel. So all priests on all monuments go back to, ooh, do they go back to supplies? Then it goes back to your supply. Oh, so you have to build another one to get that bonus again. Charge up artifacts and forges. Alright, remove all control markers from wheels. Let's do that. I'm a little confused. Charge up artifacts. What artifacts would have been used, I guess? Recharge all artifacts and refill all forges. Alright, so let's refill these forges. You know, I wish these little rune pieces were washed so you can see them a little better. I'm gonna have to put a wash on it myself, I guess. Alright, so we did that. Builder reward. The builder gets priest, one for each temple they control. Oh, the builder. Oh, so they get that for one for each temple they control. So they get a priest from the oh, that's a pretty neat bonus. Okay, so they do get another priest for all the temples they control. They control one temple. Since they did the build action, see, they would have gotten a priest if they did the build action, but they didn't. And all runes from all controlled regions. So I only have 2 controlled regions, but I do get to get this rune from it. So that is pretty good. Draw and resolve 1 event card. Alright, the event card is, place that. Place a new monster matching that rune on the region of the number of the card from the top of that rune pile. Okay, so we have to take the troll, and the troll goes to number 14, which is down here. Okay. Then activate all monsters with that rune. So we have to activate a fish, a chicken foot, and the boss. So what happens when you activate monster activation? Alright, so first we got to activate the fish. So Draugr, which is actually owned, no, Draugr is here. Alright, so for neutral monsters, roll the dice. Flame, region attack. So we got region attack. All heroes in the region with the Draugr and all adjacent regions dealt 1 injury. Oof. Alright, so blue gets an injury. Now an injury you just flip over. Now for an injury you'll just flip over one of these items that just turn it into a number 2. For the blue player it's not that bad because they're just level 2 to begin with. So not too bad. Next is Grendel. But Grendel is actually controlled by the blue player, so they get to decide what they want to do with it. They can move and or stomp, which they're not going to stomp. So I'm going to move it to an adjacent region. I'm going to move him over here because it's getting a little crowded there. And then the boss. So we activate the boss. What do we do? Event activation. Draw another event card and place Loki in a region indicated by that card. Okay. So we're going to do that. and another event card. And Loki is going to number 13. If you can see the card, he was in 4, so he is now. All right, so that was a bunch of rounds up until we built the monument. So let's give it a discussion. All right, so that was a few rounds of Lords of Ragnarok from Awaken Realms Games. As you can see, there were some confusion with a lot of the rules. The rule book, again, as I said, isn't really the best. That player aid really breaks down all the steps, and as you can see, as I went through step by step by step, playing out the actions, I really got a lot more comfortable playing the game, knowing what the actions are, moving around the board, knowing what to do. I really like it. I have to say, I really enjoyed Lord of Hellas when it came out, but my only issue with Lord of Hellas was that there was so much content in the game. It got to the point where I would almost not want to play it because there was so much extra stuff with it, and sometimes I would just want to play the base game, but if you play the base game but then you want to add something else, with Lords of Ragnarok there are some extras. There's not a lot of extras, which make it really nice. Even the base game alone is gorgeous. It has a ton of stuff. As you can see by my board, I did have the extra terrain expansion, which came with some of the different locations where you can form alliances. It came with the nicer towers. It came with also nicer settlements. Everything that I got was sun-dropped, which is just another little bonus. I kind of like it. If I didn't get it sun-dropped, I would probably give it a wash myself, which I do need to do with this tiny runes. I'm not sure why they're not washed. Everything else is, and it looks great. The tiny runes are a little hard to find. Well, not hard to find. The tiny runes are a little hard to see because of the cream color, so I think I'm just going to do a quick wash on those just to make the symbols pop. But other than that, I have to say, I really enjoyed it for as much of trouble I had with the rules. Once you get it, and once it clicks, and I think this is going to be a fantastic dudes on a map type of area control game. It does have a solo mode, which I haven't looked into yet, but I do plan on checking it out. And I want to see how well it plays. It seems like there's kind of an automa, which just has, I would assume, another army. I haven't even looked at the rulebook yet for solo mode, just because I can't wait to get this to the table with some friends. Hopefully they'll enjoy it as much as I just enjoyed learning it, because after a while, after maybe the 3rd round or the 4th round, I really, when I went through all the actions, everything was very satisfying, and I felt like I was doing something in the game. I don't know if I was doing anything good on the way to victory. I don't think so. I was just, because as I look at the map and what I did, I wasn't really making very smart decisions. I was just kind of playing the game and see how everything played out. But this is definitely one that I'm keeping in my collection for a long time. I can't wait to play it again. I will definitely revisit it if I get a chance to in a playthrough with some other people, and just to get their opinion. But right now, I think this is a great successor to Lord of Hellas, and I can't wait to see what they do with any future expansions or add-ons for Lords of Ragnarok, because I will probably almost definitely pick them up, and I can't wait to see what's in store for the future. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to click on subscribe and the notification bell. You get notified anytime I upload a new video. Questions or comments, post them below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, talk to you later.